Good morning. We are at Dinosaur Valley State Park in Glen Rose, and if you heard that keyword in there, that is dinosaurs. So we're going to be looking at some tracks, taking some hikes, and we are out here with Park Ranger Zach.
Howdy guys.
And he is going to show us some cool stuff, go hiking. We've got a bunch of his friends out here.
Hey guys, my name is Zach Riggs. I'm a park ranger here at Dinosaur Valley State Park. And right now we are at the main track site here at the park. This is not the only track site that we have. There are literally hundreds of dinosaur tracks all up and down the Paluxy River right here. But right here is the main track site. We call it the main track site because it's pretty much the easiest one to get to. You can get here and still stay dry. Every other track, we're gonna get wet going and checking those out, but we'll do that a little later. So right in here, we have two different species of dinosaurs. We have a dinosaur we call Acrocanthosaurus. He's similar to T-Rex, so he stands on two legs. He has got short little arms and a great big old head. What do you think he eats? What do you think he eats with sharp teeth, with similar to T-Rex? Meat!
Yay!
Exactly, T-Rex is a carnivore, just like Acrocanthosaurus, the dinosaur who made our footprints, is a carnivore. But T-Rex is actually much younger than the dinosaur that made these prints. These prints were made 113 million years ago. That's the early Cretaceous period. T-Rex was alive 65 million years ago. So there's almost as much time between you and me and T-Rex as there is between T-Rex and Acrocanthosaurus. 50 million years between those two guys. Huge spaces of time, but they're also very, very similar dinosaurs. And if you look right down here, every track you see with three big toes like this one belongs to an Acrocanthosaurus. He was a 20-foot tall, 7-ton meat-eating machine. He was the apex predator of his time here. He was massive. As big as he is though, he is not the biggest dinosaur that we have here. The biggest dinosaur that we have record of in here belongs to a guy named Sauroposeidon. Sauroposeidon is a 6-story or 60-foot tall dinosaur weighing up to 44 tons. Just absolutely huge. Could you imagine being on the 6th floor of a building, looking out the window and seeing Sauroposeidon looking right back at you? Woo! Just absolutely huge. If you look right down in here, watch where my shadow points and you can see Sauroposeidon's tracks. Here is the back foot of Sauroposeidon. That's his back right foot. He stood on 4 legs, had a great big old long neck, and a great big old long tail, kind of like Brontosaurus. This is his back right foot. And if we look just up right here, that's his front right foot. So his front foot and his back foot look different from each other, right? Kind of like our hands and our feet look a little different from each other. Yeah. This is Sauroposeidon right here, a 6-story, 44-ton dinosaur. He is one of, if not the tallest dinosaurs we've ever found in the world. Just an absolutely huge, huge dinosaur. And as big as he is though, he's actually considered pretty lean, kind of like a giraffe. Giraffes, compared to you and me, are huge, but they're actually quite lean animals. And much like a giraffe is really big but lean, so was Sauroposeidon. So while he's the tallest, he might not be considered the biggest. There are a lot of different biggest. Some are the heaviest. Some are the most massive. Some are the tallest. There's a lot of different biggest in the animal kingdom. But Sauroposeidon here, he was one of, if not the tallest dinosaurs that we have ever found. Just an incredible species. But that's only 2 of the 4 different dinosaur species that we have here in the park. Later on in the day, we'll go get in the river and check out a few more different species that we've got. Now, you might be looking over my shoulder and seeing those great big old holes right over here. Those are where tracks used to be. Long before Dinosaur Valley was a park, a state park, this used to just be riverbed. And folks in the area would come and chisel out dinosaur tracks. Now some folks put those tracks on their mantelpiece or in their home to decorate it. Some folks sold them. During the Depression, you could get about $25 or $30 for a dinosaur track. Wasn't enough to retire off of, but it was enough to put food on your family's table, and a roof over their head. So every now and then in the park, you'll come around and you'll see great big old areas cut out of the rock. And while those aren't tracks, those are where dinosaur tracks used to be. So one of my favorite things to do is try to figure out what kind of track used to be there. We don't know exactly, but it's a fun little mystery. Hey guys, Zach again right up here. We are about halfway up the hill to the overlook right now. We've made it about 50 feet up from the river. If you look right down here, you can still see the Paluxy River down below us, but we're not quite there yet. We've still got about 50 vertical feet to climb. We've made it about halfway up there, so next time we see you, we might not be at the top yet, but we'll still be at a great view. So come out and check us out here at Dinosaur Valley when you got the time.
We are about halfway up. So this is just some motivation for y'all too to get out this summer and get moving. Your state parks are open if you wear a mask, and so we are hiking all the way to the top.
We're getting closer, and as you can see, we're getting higher and higher and higher every single time we stop. If you look down below me, you can still see the Paluxy River. And that river itself is very special to Dinosaur Valley. That river is the heart and soul of this park. Without the river, this park probably wouldn't be here. Without the river, we wouldn't even know that those tracks are there. The river is that key feature that erodes away the overlying rock and reveals those dinosaur tracks to us. Without that river, none of the animals would be around here. Without that river, you and I probably wouldn't come here. Especially on a hot summer day, that river is so refreshing. But this is the Paluxy River, and it flows through Dinosaur Valley. It's a very short river. It's only about 29 miles long. And so in order for this to flood, it has to rain in a very localized, specific spot here. But if it does rain in that spot, boy, this river can flash flood in a second. I have seen this river flood and rise about 5 feet in a matter of hours. So you never want to play around a river if it's raining or raining upriver from it. Always be aware of your surroundings. All right, guys, we finally made it up to the overlook. We're 100 feet above the Paluxy River, way down there, and almost a mile down the trail away from our vehicles. We parked all the way down at the main trackside. That's where I talked to you about the dinosaurs first, where we talked about Acrocanthosaurus, the 20-foot tall, 7-ton dinosaur, and Sauroposeidon, the 44-ton, 60-foot tall dinosaur. If you look way back, you can see our model dinosaurs that we have by the park store. There you can see T-Rex and Brontosaurus. Those were given to us from the 1964 World's Fair in New York City. You can still see them down here. These are the only two great big old dinosaur statues that we have. But funny thing, they're not actually the dinosaurs that made our tracks. Kind of weird. And if you look even further, all the way back to the horizon, you guys are looking at a spot that you probably recognize, but you just don't know it yet. All the way back there is Fossil Rim. For those of you guys that were able to go to Fossil Rim and feed all the amazing animals, they're our neighbors, just on the other side of the valley. So we kind of partner together to do fun stuff for families of all sorts and just to bring people closer to nature. But right here is finally at the overlook, and you can finally catch your breath, soak in the sunshine, get a breeze, and just enjoy the view. Hey guys, Ranger Zach here again. Last we saw you, we were up at the overlook. Now we've come all the way back down and are standing in the Paluxy River right now. Just downriver is the Blue Hole, a spot where for centuries people have been coming and swimming. Native Americans were swimming here in that Blue Hole long before we were around. Right here, upriver, we've got the Ballroom trackside. Now we call this the Ballroom trackside because there are so many footprints right here, and they're going every which direction. it kind of looks like the dinosaurs were dancing when they made the tracks here. So that's why we call it the ballroom. And it's one of my favorite places to come find tracks. You might be asking yourself, why do I have a little broom? Well, this isn't just any old broom. This is a very special Dinosaur Valley paleontological tool to help us clean out dinosaur tracks. Real high tech here, as you can see. So what we're gonna do, what I recommend you guys doing, is when you come visit the park, get in the water. There's no better way to see the tracks than with your hands. So get in the water and come in the river, and let's just go exploring for tracks right now. They're in here, we'll see if we can find them. Our first track. Now right here you can see 3 toes. 1, 2, 3. This is another Acrocanthosaurus track. Now I'm gonna take my broom and give it a few sweeps. One toe, 2 toes, 3s right there.
See those guys? Very cool. It's a dinosaur track.
That is one of many. Let's see if we can find some more around here.
Okay.
Looking around, we got another one here. One toe right here, just like that.
Very cool, yeah.
Let's go upriver some more and find even more tracks. Three toes right there.
Ah, very cool.
Look just next to it, we've got another track.
Wow.
Now look, these two look a little different from each other, right?
Yeah.
Those might be different species. When you find a track, so we found a track right here. We know he's walking, right? He probably didn't just make one track and disappear. So when I find a track, I want to find another one. So I'm asking myself, which direction is he going? Well, this guy looks like he's pointing this way.
Right.
If I follow where he's going, I'm going to see if I can find another track. And it looks like right here,
Yeah.
you've got another one. So we just saw the left or the right footprint. This will be his left footprint.
Wow.
We look just over here. You can make out a completely different dinosaur. Much bigger. For all of those of us that have seen the very first Jurassic Park, there's a dinosaur in there, the Gallimimus. Gallimimus and Ornithomimid are very similar dinosaurs. But we have our very own, this is Ornithomimid.
Okay.
An ostrich-like dinosaur. Guys, thank you so much for coming and exploring the park with me. I hope that you're able to come here soon and actually check out the tracks firsthand and really get down in there and feel them. Remember, if you're not getting wet or getting dirty, are you really having fun?